Yo,
Yo,
what is good, everybody? What is good, my boy Ethan? We are back after a long weekend of another episode of Radical Source Podcast. Today is December 29th. I'm Daniel.
I'm Ethan. That subscribe underneath. We almost at 100 subscribers. We're getting there.
Yeah, subscribe. We might be doing another giveaway. We tried a little experiment that apparently people don't like free stuff. So down the line, we might be giving away those same 11s that we wanted to give away, but no one did anything, or maybe get something else.
Never know. We'll see in the future.
Word. So, Ethan, Chris ain't here right now. He's packing up his stuff to skedaddle onto Texas to become the true Mavs and Cowboys fans he always wanted to be. He said that.
He said that.
Yo, but let's get into this. Yo, we got to start with Kobe. There's been some big news. There's been a lot of talk about Kobe today, around the sneaker mainly, and we saw a few news on Christmas and a lot of reactions on different things. So I want to get into that with you a little bit. Get into some MLB. It's been a while, and the team is already starting to make some changes that might affect your team's outcome, the Mets. So we'll see what happens. I know you wanted to bring up a lot of NBA talk because it's been officially a week of NBA and there is a lot to talk about. And you know, me and you back in the champs days used to be in the sales floor talking until we got screamed at about basketball. So gotta get into that. And we're gonna wrap it up with our usual NFL game picks, give a recap of the week, and talk about the playoffs a little bit since it's about 2 weeks away.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. I'm excited.
Let's get it. Ethan, Kobe's are apparently going to get maybe mass produced, maybe, just maybe, or there might be an event to get Kobe's a little bit easier. You want to get some details behind that?
Yes. So Kobe, before he passed away, he wanted to get out of Nike because Nike was doing their own thing with the shoe. He had really no design efforts to put in because they were doing their own thing while just putting Kobe on the line. So he felt like he had his own MAMBA company aside, which he should have did. Honestly, MAMBA alone as a general name is such a big impact. So there was rumors saying that he could have did his own thing.
Word. Yeah, something else you complained about was the marketing of Nike too, because I mean we know because we've seen it firsthand at champs. Like it was LeBron's in the kill zone, which is IQ level, Kyrie's, and then the Kobe's are like on the bottom with sales tag and shit. So like I feel like the complaint that he had reasoning behind it. Nike was kind of failing his line and not really helping him in releasing it. And then, you know, tragically, he passes away, and now they want to release the fire colors. They're releasing some real dookie-ass colors before, though. So, I mean, I don't blame the guy. And then we had the news on Christmas that I sent you guys with Vanessa Bryant talking about after the pandemic getting along with Nike to try to do an event where, you know, maybe people will have more accessibility to Kobe's. How you feel about that?
I mean, for her, she said specifically the Grinch because they saw everybody loved it. So they were like, I want to mass produce it, which I think everybody should. I mean, it's sad to say it shouldn't be a resale market anymore. It should be appreciate the shoe, enjoy the shoe how it is, and everybody should have a pair. So I agree with what she's going with.
I agree with her, but why in the F does Kim Kardashian need a pair of Kobe's? Why does the Kardashian family need Kobe's? Like, they about to go take some ankles on the court? How the NBA players that couldn't get the Grinch Kobe's, but you got the Kardashians getting Grinch Kobe? What sense does that make?
You're right on that. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, yo, I looked at that. I'm like, she's reposting all these celebrities. I'm like, okay, cool. So that's a celebrity that's not going to be touching the court any day or time soon. Another one. And then you see, like, Isaiah Thomas saying, like, damn, I asked out on Kobe. I'm like, Isaiah Thomas going to get a pair of Kobe's? Like, other NBA players got to use sneakers accounts to get Kobe's, but you got, you know, the Kardashian family with Kobe's? Come on, fam. That blew mine so hard.
I agree. 100%. They should have been basketball players first, and that's what Kobe honestly would have wanted.
Word. So, who knows? Maybe down the line we'll be doing a Kobe giveaway if they're mass-produced like a Roshi.
I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for that.
Word. So, don't want to stay on this topic too long. I just want to get into this a little bit because this is actually going to shake Major League Baseball a lot. The Padres traded for Blake Snell, who was a former Cy Young, who used to pitch for Tampa Bay Rays. And they also got Yu Darvish as a free agent from the Chicago Cubs. Now, that is a scary sight because they already traded for, I think it was Clevenger last year. So you're going to have the rotation of Darvish, Clevenger. You're going to have Blake
Manny
Snell.
Machado.
You're going to have Manny Machado on the field, Tatis Jr. They might be able to add a few more people with the excitement around them. Like, it's looking bad for your Mets, bro.
It honestly is. But honestly, I like how that team is facing. I like the players they have, honestly.
That team's going to be fun to watch during the year, bro. I'm actually pretty excited, and we haven't even gotten too far into what there is for baseball, really.
Exactly. Spring training or anything, we don't know.
So there might be some – there's going to be an interesting baseball year. There's a lot of people – a lot of great players that are going to be playing for contracts and other people going into arbitration. So we shall see. This should be interesting.
Right. So praying with our fingers crossed, COVID dies down, hopefully.
Facts, yo. We're supposed to be going to so many games this year, and that went to crap because of COVID.
The damn spring training down the block is closed. Like they're when it opens, they're not even gonna let people watch.
Hopefully, spring training opens up, and maybe I go down there, pay you a visit, and go to spring training games. That wouldn't be bad.
Your favorite team, the Astros, right down the block.
All right, that's enough baseball talk. You just got me tight. Let's talk about something that'll make me a little bit happy after you kill my mood. Let's talk about basketball.
Oh, your Knicks just beat the Bucks by 20. How do you feel?
Dog, don't disrespect my team, first of all. We were up by 28 at one point.
How do you feel about this team right now?
It's definitely beating expectations. I'm not even gonna lie. I did expect us to be bad. I didn't think we were gonna be that bad, but like, I was not expecting us to beat the Bucks or even be up by 28 at one point with the Bucks. It was a weird game though because Alfred Payton was scoring and that never happens. So, like, I don't know. I need to see a few more games. Quickly is like that. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Toppin, he's been like 50-50 because I don't know. I feel like no summer league, no training camps. I kind of messes them up because now they don't really know, like, okay, this is how we're going to use Toppin. Like, right now it's kind of just like, all right, bro, go out there, do what you can, and pray for the best. Like, there was one game he took like 7 threes. I was like, bro, you took, I think, like 7 threes in a month in college. What are you doing? Like, it is what it is. But like I said, it's going on with the rookies around the league, though, because, like, you could see that no one knows, like, what role any rookie has. Mostly, I think the only rookie starting right now is obviously James Wiseman because he was a center. Killian Hayes. None of them, like, they don't have roles for any of the rookies right now.
No, they're literally all just playing however they really want to. LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, they got to just figure it out on their own until they get used to the rotation.
Yeah, and even then, like, you don't even know how they fit in the rotation because there was no summer league or, like, training camp. So now you're just like, all right, well,
cool.
Out there, bro.
Basically how it is.
But yeah, that rookie of the year Obi Toppin thing that I said, I'm gonna have to retract on that because Julius Randle looking real right now. That he looking like little LeBron out there. Yo, he have a LeBron stat lines out there.
He's looking mean, like he's ready to get a most improvement or something award.
Yeah,
He's ready.
I think RJ Barrett might make an argument for that most improved player of the year too because he's been putting up numbers. The only bad game he had was against Ben Simmons, which, come on, all team first
Ben
defense.
Simmons.
He got like 3 inches on him, like
exactly.
But the Knicks, Thibodeau's showing like this. This is the thing that the Knicks needed, and I could confidently say we're a star away from making the playoffs. And even with this team right now, if we could play the way we looked against the Bucks consistently, they might even make an argument to play in that play-in game. So I'm happy with it. We'll see what happens in a few weeks, though. I'll say this now, and then in 3 weeks, I'm going to be like, bro, I don't even know why I'm still a Knicks fan. Like, I'm about to burn that foam finger in the back. Like,
you're not taking these 3 games lightly. You're taking it's just whatever happened, and we're going to see it in mid-season.
I mean, it looks better. It does look a lot better than people expected because you can't even lie. Like the first three games, the first half, we've looked really good, and then that third quarter happened against Philly and the Pacers, and we just looked terrible. And finally, against the Bucks, that third quarter drop off that happened, which everybody was waiting for. So they're getting there. If they look good in the third quarter against the Cavs tonight and keep that going, and they get blown out in the fourth quarter, I'll start thinking that too now because it's like okay, now we have three good quarters. Now we just need that fourth. So. We're getting there, bro. It's a process. And then, we just got to wait and see what happens with disgruntled stars or just people in general. Never know.
I respect it. I respect it.
How you feeling about your Thunder so far, bro?
Very, very good now. Because honestly, beforehand, I was like, we're going to get smoked every game. Not going to be no close games. We just hit a buzzer. Shad just hit a buzzer against Hornets. Just lost to the Jazz by 2. Of course, the first game, Rockets, COVID.
Yeah.
So Shad's looking good. Al Horford's looking good. George Hill's looking good. Dort defensively has been a monster.
Dort has been nice.
And I'm surprised. Like I know he was getting playoffs last year. But Dort I think can stay on the team for a long term and play like even 6-man or even as a starter. So depending how we roll around that with the drafts, and I'm actually excited.
Word. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was shocked too, looking at the stat lines and stuff for some of the Thunder players. I was like, wow, they're looking competitive out here. That's pretty good. Ethan was projecting blowouts to the max.
Oh yeah, I was projecting 82 season.
72 now this year to make it worse.
72
so
season.
That would have been painful looking at those 72 games. But yeah, I might squeak by a few teams. Probably my Knicks, but it is what it is.
We'll see when they get there. I have a little wager going on.
Word. We might have to do a bet that day, yo. Loser has to wear underwear on their head for the podcast episode after
it. That would be an interesting episode.
we could do that bet. We could call it right now.
I bet.
I bet.
Loser got to wear underwear the whole episode.
Bet.
I know Chris is not here, but once he sees this, he'll know.
Word. He'll know about that wager. What else did you want to bring us? I know you had a lot you wanted to talk about.
KD coming back the first week. He looks like a month. What? You're not a believer? You're not a believer in internet.
Oh, gosh.
I know they're in the same borough, so you just kind of mad because it's Brooklyn, but you're not a believer?
It's the same thing as what's going on with the Bills with me, where it's like, all right, yo, like, we get it. You're good. Leave me alone. I'm a Knicks fan. Like, we get it. The Nets are good. But I don't know. I'm 50-50 because they looked really good. And then they had that game against the Hornets where I'm like.
Like KD got dunked on and they
exactly. And then they had the game. Was it last night that they lost?
Yeah, but KD and Kyrie was right.
I know they weren't playing, but that was another alarming thing for me. I'm like, okay, so they're not playing, and you guys look like this now without them against the Grizzlies, who don't have Jaren Jackson Jr. or John Morant. That's not a good look.
Yeah, quick thing on Ja, I can't believe it. Thank God it's not fractured, but that was scary.
Who are you telling? That was my 3rd-round pick, I want to say, in this fantasy basketball season that we're doing, and I felt my heart touch, like, my feet.
That was a heartbreaking moment. He was running to the sideline on that bench, yo. I was scared for him.
I was like, yo, at least high ankle sprain, at most, like, he fractured his ankle.
So, but it came out good. Thank God that's first.
High ankle sprain. That's the Grizzlies dodged the bullet. I mean, they technically dodged the bullet because what's the worst that happens? They get a lottery pick and then you put that next to John Morant. But still, thank God John Morant's going to be, better than what we expected it. So
exactly. Thank God. Going to those games, Mavs and Clippers.
Oh my God.
Record-breaking 50-point lead, 77-27 the first half. How do you feel about these Clippers without Kawhi?
Yo, what is there to say, dog? Like, I don't know what to tell you. That they lost by 50, they were down by 50 at one point. Like, that is terrible, dog. Like, the only argument I'll give them is they're still putting it together, but that should not happen. You have Paul George, you have Lou Will, you have Patrick Beverly, you have Zubac, who was there last year. Like, what the hell was that? And I didn't think Tyronn Lue was the answer either. But, I guess getting blown out by 50 is better than Doc Rivers. Who am I, though?
It's true. Honestly, it's honestly true in my opinion too. Going to the other side though, in the West, Warriors. What do you do if you're the Warriors at this very moment?
Yo, I'm calling anybody and being like, yo, I'll take a chair for Kelly Oubre right now. Anything. Yo, I was doing the math. I forgot what day this was. I think it was Sunday. I did the math. He was 0 for 17 from 3 so far in the season. And Andrew Wiggins. I mean, Andrew Wiggins has looked decent, but I mean, it's not what everybody was hoping for. And the Warriors just had to I don't know. They got a terrible they got a terrible bench. They're gonna have to rest Steph Curry at some point because if you're playing him 30 minutes, you're running the risk of what happened last year when he fell on his wrist and just ended his whole thing. Especially because his ankles be a little shaky sometimes. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where you just looking at them and you're like, wow, how can you collapse this fast? And I get it. They don't got Clay. They don't got Draymond right now. But I don't know. When I saw that Kelly Oubre trade, I was like, really? This is what you went with? Out of everybody that was out there, this was your answer to Clay tearing his Achilles? Really?
I couldn't believe it either, man. Andrew Wiggins 2 and 11 threes, Kelly Oubre over 17 and threes, and honestly, I was mad we got the first draft pick for him, and I've never been so excited to be happy to get a draft pick over a player.
Yo, I mean, it's Ethan, what do you think they do? Because honestly, I would say you're debating blowing this up very soon.
Clay's not coming back till next year, so you got to figure out what you're going to do till next year. Because if you just rest Curry, I guess, every other game, non-televised, and you just play Oubre and you trade him later on, then it can work out. Because James Wiseman is nice. I think he's nice.
I still think Draymond is capable. It's just he can't, I see him as a Julius Randle. He can get his points. He needs the people around him to get assists, and then, he can get you boards. He can do it all. So
it's hard to say, but we got to see how they stick this season.
You think they trade Wiggins too, or you think that contract's so crazy that they're going to have to just bite that bullet?
I said they trade him to you guys.
Hell no. Yo, we better be getting 3 first-round picks. I do not want Andrew Wiggins, dog. I'll take – I don't even want Oubre. Oubre gets me tight because Oubre, I feel like he's one of those people that, he'll have one nice dunk, mean bug you, but, it'll be like a 20-point blowout, and he's 0 for 8. I'm like, dog, look, you looking at me like that, but we blowing you out by 20? You crazy?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, my God, yeah. I've never liked Oubre. Never have, at all.
So just getting this notification, Ja Morant is out 3 to 5 weeks. So thank God, not season ending. He's good for a month later.
They dodged a crazy bullet, dog.
Yeah, that's a franchise player. He can't do that. Can't do that.
How you feeling about the Lakers? Because the Lakers.
The first game had me concerns because I was like, you can't let the Clippers come out like this. But now that they figured it all out, I think they're good. What are you saying?
No, I was gonna say I think they're still figuring it all out. That's the scary part too.
Because you bring in Dennis, that's usually a 6-man, and he's starting at point guard. And you got Harrell off the bench, and you have Marc Gasol. So they got 3-point shooter, not JaVale McGee or Dwight Howard. So still got to figure out the rotation, how everything's gonna work, but. They look good.
Word. Like you said, you basically put it out perfectly. Harrell is somebody that you got to figure out, yo, are we using you on crunch time? Are we not? Are we starting you? Are we bringing you off the bench? Are we bringing Gasol off the bench? Are we starting Gasol? Are we going to start Shooter? Are we not? Because LeBron could run the point. There's so many options, and, that's the bad thing for the league. There's so many options on that team that it's just all right, what can you possibly do at this point?
Exactly.
Who's their biggest threat right now?
I still think LeBron in his year 18, I think, is still the scariest out of everything. AD, I think, just rested or was hurt recently. I want to see Harold develop as a big player for them because he's a beast. I want to get him a double-double every game type beast. So I hope they develop him into that.
Word. So biggest threat for them is just LeBron's health, AD's health, and Hero developing. That's really the only thing stopping them for you.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think that's truly the only thing stopping them.
What's the next closest team you want to give to maybe give them at least one game in the playoff series as of right now? Because clearly things are going to change from here to 72.
Honestly, at this very moment, it's hard, but I want to say the Nets. Even with Spencer going down, I still love the Nets rotation.
Yo, I hope the Nets hit up the Knicks and be like, yo, we want Alfred Payton. I'll be like, yo, send them. Go, 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 go. I'll be like, I'll kick him off the bus no matter what state we in. I'm just taking his shit, throwing it out the bus, kicking him off, and be like, all right, bro, peace out. Ripping the tires.
You just kicking him out. All right.
I don't like Payton, bro, but whatever. We talked about the Knicks. We're gonna keep going. Who's your favorite from the West? Because personally, I'm liking the Nuggets. I feel like they got the same exact team except Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, Jokic, 24, 12, and 14, averaging the past 3 games. He's been a beast since losing weight this offseason. With the whole pandemic, he lost mad weight. And he's been looking like he's averaging a triple-double. That's scary for the league.
Word. So you still got a Nets and Lakers finals right now?
Honestly, I do. What do you think?
Oh, there's something about me that just tells me that the Nets might struggle a bit in the playoffs. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Is it because I'm a Knicks fan? Probably. But I don't know. Like there's something telling me like, yo, don't count anybody out yet because the Heat still got the same squad. They lost Crowder, but you'll find a way to replace that in the trade deadline. There's a few options out there. I would say don't sleep on the Bucks, but they just lost to the Knicks, so that's a dub.
I agree.
But I still wouldn't sleep on them because they just shot really bad that night. And the other team I'm really liking from the East, like you said, the Wizards, they can give somebody a problem. They catch you on the right night in the playoffs. So I think I'm gonna say Heat and Lakers rematch.
I don't know. I think it was a bubble thing.
You think it was a bubble thing?
I think it was a bubble thing. In my personal
But what if there's no fans? It'll pretty much be like the bubble except you're traveling.
That's hard to say. I agree because the squad together is a beast. Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. So the team's a beast, but I don't know. They beat the Nets and then the Bucks again.
It's just that defense, dog. Like they got things that just match up right with the Nets, except the 3-point shooting at Jimmy Butler's part. But you don't really even need the threes from Jimmy. So I don't know. I feel like that's like the most balanced team to go up against the Nets, and we shall see in the season how that goes.
I mean, last year you was right, so I'm not putting it out there that the Heat's not going to make it because the Heat went far. The Heat definitely went far. One team we honestly forgot because Celtics haven't been making too much noise.
Yeah, I thought Celtics too, but the thing that kind of has me like, is Kemba.
Because I know they got to get him out of there.
The thing with him is he's trying to fix like a chronic knee injury that he's been having since he was in college. So my thing is if they get rolling at the right time and Tatum and Jaylen Brown just have this little roll going, like where does Kemba fit into all of this and like is it going to mess them up? Because we've seen it too many times where like you bring somebody off an injury and it just throws everything off. So I got to see what happens when he gets back. Yeah,
Kemba is just an off piece in that whole starting 5, honestly, in my opinion, too.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's like Kemba ain't really known for passing. He's more known for scoring, so.
Exactly. So I don't like the way they look either with Kemba on the court.
Word. Anything else you want to bring up in basketball? Or
weirdly,
I wanted to bring up Harden to end it, but I don't know if you got something else.
I was going to say that. How do you word this right? Do you trade your star pieces for Harden at this very moment?
No. Just because you see what happens when he wants to leave. So if he's sold on leaving your team on this 2-year rental, 3-year rental, and how many years he has left on his contract, you're screwed. Like you're screwed for years to come. Especially because think about in the Nets situation. The Nets only have Kyrie and KD for the next 2 years, 2, 3 years. So they would all come off of the books at the same exact time. You're gonna have to re-sign all these young kids that are like starting to get off their contracts very soon, and you just gave up all your cap and all your like draft assets. So you'll be screwed for years to come. The only team I could possibly see doing something like that would be like maybe the Wizards. Don't see the Heat doing that. The Bucks can't do that anymore. The Pelicans maybe, but even then, what guarantees you he's gonna stay?
You don't think the Celtics or 76ers?
Problem with the 76ers is like they look like they still want to make this Ben Simmons Joel Embiid thing work. Then the other part of it too with the Celtics is, do you give up all of that knowing that Jaylen Brown's contract should be done? I want to say 3 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
last year he just signed.
yeah, so 3 years, 4 years, and then you just signed Kemba last year. So it's like, do you really want to screw yourself over with that? Give up all your assets, and you never know what could happen injury wise.
It's hard to say just to have him as a rental.
Now, a team that should consider it but probably won't is the Mavericks.
Now you're saying for KP or you saying for other
KP,
assets?
KP,
KP.
straight away KP because KP hasn't been on the court. Like, what good is that doing for you if he's never on the court with Luka? Oh yeah, it's cool to have that idea. Like, all right, cool, you could have the idea, but if they're not actually physically on the court making a difference, like, I don't want to hear that. Like, good for you.
Now, how would you play? You play James Harden at the 2 and Luka at the 1 still, or you got to put him at the 4? No, keep
I'm
him out there.
I'm putting Luka at the 1, Harden at the 2,
Richardson at the 3, and then
Richardson at the
whichever.
3, and then you could do like Powell at the 5, and there got to be somebody you can get for the 4.
They Dorney Smith or whoever they have at the 4.
Yeah, I think they got Smith right. Well, it's weird because they got like Luka at the 4, but
Yeah.
so I mean, it really depends how you want to even all that out. But at the end of the day, you put in that ball in Luka's hands, and you like who do you stop at that point? Like he passes it off, you got to worry about Harden. Harden passes it back, you got to worry about Luka. Like that could be a filthy to low key.
It's an interesting trade idea.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about Porzingis. That dude can't stay healthy, so might as well just get rid of him.
Now talk about people you feel about. I know there's your favorite player jumping into NFL. How you feel about Jamal Adams smoking a cigar after clutching the playoffs?
Yo, good for you, bro. You made it to the playoffs. You gave the Jets mad picks. Good for you. If you don't win this Super Bowl, just know the Jet fan. He better disable every form of social media, change his phone number, change his address, go to like the XFL so no one can find you anymore. Yo, they're gonna crucify this dude, bro. They're gonna be like, yo, you did all of that to not win a Super Bowl. And then when he gets his contract extension now in the off season, oh man, if he gets the same money as Marcus May, dog, I am going to laugh so much. Because when have the Seahawks ever paid anybody?
They have not.
Like, it's going to be funny. And then we're going to draft somebody. It's going to be a safety. We're going to be like, oh, wow, look. The next Jamal Adams. Hey, buddy. Welcome to the team. This is Marcus May, the dude that just re-signed team MVP. That's I don't even know what they're going to do at quarterback. We'll talk about that later. And, you know, like, it is what it is. All I know is he better pray to God that don't got to play a team that can give him problems. Because there's a lot of what-ifs going on.
I would say, yeah, because that defense is not good at all.
That defense is terrible. They better pray to God the Rams get in. They got to play the Rams or something because that defense is terrible, dog. I don't like I said, I was so glad they traded him for assets. It kind of disappointed me at first. I'm like, damn, they could have patched this up, but we got picks. The Jets are looking fine. I don't know if you want to get into that now or you want to bring up other games first.
No, let's break it up.
All right, we got those picks. We got the number 2 pick for sure, I think. I hope. I think they clinched it. Don't quote me.
No, yeah, Bengals winning games for no reason.
Yeah, so, I mean, look. everybody got the question: do you keep Sam Darnold? Personally, I'm keeping him. I'm keeping him. I'm trading that pick, the number 2 pick, and I'm building, bro. Like you're set for the next few years. The Jets have the Seahawks picks in an upcoming draft again. We have the Giants pick, the 5th round pick this year, and Joe Douglas has shown that he could get people in later rounds of drafts. You got Denzel Mims, who he found like in the 3rd round or 2nd round this year. And there's good wide receivers again in this draft. So there's so many options, and if you feel like Sam Darnold is the dude, you put the right pieces around him. You get a coach that's balanced, because the problem with the Jets is they've been leaning towards one side of the ball too much. Happened with Rex Ryan, happened with Todd Bowles, happened with this fool that they have a head coach right now, Adam Gase, the freaking dude that got to talk about I'm a guru, but ain't like that. Like if you got to talk about you being like that, you're not like that. But it is what it is. Like so. I don't know. Like, there's so many different routes you can go, and at the end of the day, I think the Jets gonna be fine. We got the 2nd most cap, so we could sign a lot of people. And people will be like, "Who wants to sign with the Jets? They just went 3-3." Look, we sucked. We got C.J. Mosley, we got Le'Veon Bell, we got a bunch of people. We had other people debating on coming here. We had Kirk Cousins a few years debating on coming to the Jets. Thank God that never went through. And like they're winning games. Everybody knows it's a lack of coaching and a lack of talent. And I've told you week in and week out, Ethan, XYZ is out, and you're like, oh, so that's like your best 5 wide receivers. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. So we're playing with Braxton Berrios is a punt returner for us. Like, they're gonna be fine. I think they're gonna get right, and I feel like they've kind of been set on trading that pick from day one, because they looked like they were going to start winning against, even before the Raiders game. They had a few first halves that looked really good, and then they just collapsed in the second half. So you can't evaluate a team losing. And that's the same thing with the Bengals. The Bengals and the Jets are both winning games right now, because you have to evaluate your team to start building in the holes, because both of our teams are in a situation where we have a quarterback, we have, young players on both sides of the ball, and you got to see where you're going to fix, because if you're losing games, you can't be like, oh, well, this dude looked good even though he gave up 6 sacks in one game because we're losing on purpose. Like, you can't evaluate anything. So I think the Jets are going to be fine. I really believe the Bengals should be fine. I think for them is really just finding a running back that can stay healthy.
Agreed. 100% agree on that too.
Even if you use them as a backup.
Yeah, something. Just get us a different running back. I know Joe Mixon's the truth, but give us that 2 committee that can at least do something better than Gio has lately. But going to your young players, last year, your first pick of the first round, it was Becton and Pancake Myles Garrett 3 times last game, protected Sam Darnold most of the game. I think he has potential.
Bro, there was a play against the Rams that Aaron Donald was coming straight at him, and he threw Aaron Donald back, and I was like, holy shit. This dude just stopped Aaron Donald and got retirement center Frank Gore into the end zone right now. Like, that is crazy to me. He's looked good against really good talent. Let me look back at the schedule while I'm explaining this a little bit. He's been really good against really good talent, and I truly believe that Becton is going to be disgusting in 5 years. His worst game was against Myles Garrett, and he gave up 1 sack. Okay, yeah, it was in the beginning of the year against Nick Bosa.
When in that first week.
Yeah, the second week that we played him. And we did go against the Chargers too. So it was Joey Bosa. And he was even looking good against the Seahawks. He looked good against the Dolphins, who have a really good rush defense. He's like that. And at number 2, there's the offensive lineman from Oregon is up there that I wouldn't mind the Jets getting. And if they want to trade to give it to the Bengals and rape the Bengals' pockets, be my guess.
Which is not going to happen, but we do need an O-line, so I hope he makes some good decisions during this offseason.
Facts, bro. I'm telling you, they're in good. We're chilling. I'm not even stressed about the Jets. I knew it was injuries. I know Adam Gase sucks bowlers, and Greg Williams. I mean, he just never taught discipline on this team. So I mean, we're gonna get right, bro. It's gonna be good, and I'll be back again next year talking mad shit about the Jets, and they're gonna disappoint me again, and I'm gonna be like, yo, wait till next year. Wait till next year. Next year I look at my watch, I'm like, holy shit, I'm 50. Wait till next year.
I was gonna say we got the whole off season to talk smack. So, how do you feel about these playoffs coming in?
Yo,
Want to go through the game picks right quick?
I'll go through the game picks real quick. Browns choked against the Jets. That's how the Jets got the number 2 pick. The Browns now have to win to be in the playoffs, which
Yep.
they got to play the Steelers, dog. I don't. If they get the Steelers from a few weeks back, they should be good. If they get the Steelers from last week,
Yeah.
it's a little shaky. You got the Ravens smacking up on the Giants. The Giants still have a chance to win first place in the division after the Washington football team lost to the Panthers and the Cowboys beat the Eagles. So I had the Panthers beating the football team, and you had the Cowboys beating the Eagles. After that scenario, now the scenario is that the Washington football team beats the Eagles, they're in. But if they lose to the Eagles, which is a Sunday night game, whoever wins between the Giants and Cowboys is in for the first seed.
That's an interesting concept because I don't know what comes out. I mean, you got Washington that just dropped Haskins, and you got the Eagles starting Hurts, just a rookie starting, and then you got the other side. We got the Giants. You got the Cowboys with the backup quarterback. So, like, does it even matter at this point?
I pray to God the Giants win just because of the simple fact that Chris is talking shit about the Jets getting the number 2 pick because the Giants should not be in the playoffs. So if they get a lower pick, that'll be funny as hell to me because the Eagles don't need a high pick. The Redskins don't need Redskins. Whoa, can't be saying that. The Washington football team doesn't need a higher pick, and the Cowboys most definitely do not need a higher pick. So the Giants give those 3 teams the opportunity of jumping in front of them in standings, and they get that draft pick at a higher number because right now they'll get anywhere from 8 to 13, I think it is. And if they make the playoffs, it's probably going even lower depending on who wins and who loses next week. So the Giants better just find a way to lose this game because if you win this game, there's really no need to win, and this will probably be worse than when they lost out on Chase Young because they won the last game against the football team. So
just going quick on that, Chase Young is a beast in that
he's
team.
just disgusting.
Oh my God. He is gross. He's so talented.
He's going to be filthy for years unless he gets a career-altering injury, and even then, I don't know if that's even exists anymore. After seeing Alex Smith in a game again, the Giants are going to have to play that twice a year, and he's going to destroy them.
Yep, it was such bad that he didn't get to pick them up.
They want to be winning meaningless games. So hey, people are gonna be like, "But Daniel, you're a Jets fan. How you go?" I'm gonna be like, "Yo, look. Our team is looking nice on defense. Again, they've been looking decent. Our offense sucks because of Adam Gase. I don't want to hear nothing else."
Now going to the real playoff teams.
The real playoff teams now. The Steelers beat the Colts. So the Colts now have to win. I know there's some crazy scenario out south and up north with the Browns and Steelers, with the Colts. And it's I think the Steelers would have to lose, the Colts would have to win, the Browns would have to the Browns are playing the Steelers, so they lose, and everything just jumps around. And it's the Browns will end up being out of the playoffs if they lose and the Colts win. So it's gonna be a crazy week, dog. You had the Chiefs almost lose against the Falcons, and Patrick Mahomes said, "Yo, I don't know why y'all forget who I am. Hold up, let me do this real quick again for y'all to remind y'all who I am." Gets a dart, and they clinch the first round. So now they got a bye week. Everybody gets healthy. They might get Clyde back early, and we'll see what Andy Reid cooks up for that offense, which I don't think anybody wants to play.
Oh, definitely not. No, I'll avoid that.
And that defense is not looking too bad either.
They just got to straighten up a little bit.
That secondary especially. But for the most part, they could rush the passer pretty well. They got Tyrann Mathieu holding it down. The Honey Badgers out here, wilding on people and shit. So they'll be all right. That
sounded like you're picking to the playoffs?
Bro, that's not a debate. You know who I've been rocking with for the championship this whole year. I want to see them win, especially now that Le'Veon Bell's there. Because I'm like, all right, get your ring, and then go to another team and start wilding out for them because you really are like that, and no one wants to give you your credit.
Okay.
You had the Bears smacking up on the Jaguars, which I want to talk about real quick because the Bears are looking kind of scary now.
Yeah, who would have thought Mitch would be the answer again coming back?
I guess that benching was needed. It sparked something, I guess.
Yeah, he's been a monster. Him and David Montgomery.
Facts. So hopefully they could ride a little wave, unless he has a Jameis Winston type game first round of the playoffs, and we're like, oh, okay, word, that's the Mitchell Trubisky we all know and love.
Exactly.
Bengals beat the Texans. Texans were already out, and Bengals were already out of the playoffs. So I mean, it is what it is.
Why? Just why?
Like I've told you, you got to evaluate. The only way to really evaluate is through wins. You can't really evaluate a team when they get smacked up.
Joe Burrow's out another year. We can do this all next year. Like we need some picks.
Trade back. And you got AJ Green. Trade AJ Green. What y'all holding him for?
He's such a beast, though. We're just gonna keep going playoff team. Get our teams.
But you really want to keep AJ Green? You wouldn't trade him for like a second round pick?
Maybe. But then I gotta find another jersey.
T. Higgins.
Maybe. We'll see. Offseason.
You had the Chargers beating the Broncos. That game came down to the wire, and Mike Williams had that nice interception in the end zone. And the wide receiver from the Chargers, Mike Williams, had more interceptions than Jamal Adams. So y'all can do whatever y'all want with that information. All I know is Jamal Adams ain't like that. Fucking blitz boy. Anyways. I don't know what the situation with the Chargers is, honestly, when it comes to the playoffs, but I think they're out. Or there might be like one game out.
I think they're out too.
Yeah. We talked about the Eagles and Cowboys. You had the Seahawks beating the Rams, so now the Rams is another interesting team because they're 9-6, and there's like a block of 8-7 teams. The Buccaneers are 10-5, so like everybody is like looking from the outside down and like, all right, it's all the tiebreakers and strength of schedule shits that gets annoying as hell with all the jumping and stuff. That's why like I can't even really explain much because everything has changed like overnight on the situation and stuff. So
I agree.
Long story short, Ethan had the Rams. Me and Chris had the Seahawks. Ethan, you had a rough week this week, but you did pick a lot of upsets that came down to
honestly, it was one of those weeks that were like, you know what? I'm just throwing the red flag and let's throw some upsets. Only upset I didn't do was the Jets and Browns, because I'm very tight I didn't do it.
You were the one that brought it up, too. You said they might get their next dub on this game. And all of us laughed. We're like, it's Jets. Come on, man.
I couldn't put it down. Like, I couldn't type down Jets. Like, I felt like I was just making myself an L, but
I didn't want to put in Jets, even though I thought they were going to win because I didn't want to seem naive and, like, hurt my own feelings doing that. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to put Browns, and if they win, all right, cool.
I was mad enough putting the Bengals, and we won. So I was like, I gotta keep it even, just not put the Jets.
The next game you had was the Packers and Titans. That was a snow game. Ethan picked the Titans. That could have probably went a little bit different if there wasn't so much snow. And Aaron Rodgers said, yo, I'm the MVP. Look at me. I'm going to do this real quick. Y'all talking about that little boy over there. I kiss him on his forehead, and I'm going to win this MVP real quick.
It's like what happened.
I really do think Aaron Rodgers is getting this MVP now after Patrick Mahomes has like 3 straight bad games.
I agree. He's definitely up there for it.
And then you had the game that decided the Radical Souls fantasy football champion. The Bills and Panthers. That's the Panthers. Wow. The Bills and Patriots. The Bills just started wilding out on them and smacked them up, dog.
Especially in the whole fourth quarter. The whole fourth quarter. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Don't worry. How much time we got left?
We got a few minutes left, so we'll just go through the last 4 games. Buccaneers and Lions.
Bucks. It was easy. 47-7.
You had the Cardinals and 49ers. Now, that was an upset that all 3 of us didn't have planned at all because they had their third-string quarterback, and he said, yo, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm about. George Kittle came back and had a few receptions. Jeff Wilson scored a few TDs, and the rest is history. The Cardinals lost, and now they're on the outside looking in like, how we getting up there into the playoffs?
So sad.
You had the Dolphins beating the Raiders, which the Raiders, I mean, that was that team all year long that we just can never pick right because they just disappoint nonstop.
And they got the boot by Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic.
Yo, homie got his whole face mask pulled off like this way. And he just said, yo, somebody down there better than taking a sack at this point. Launched it and
Caught it.
game blouses.
Insane game, honestly.
And then you had the historic game on Christmas Day, the Saints and Vikings. You had the Vikings. Me and Chris had the Saints. I don't even know why we wrote Saints. We should have just wrote Alvin Kamara because
6
this
touchdowns.
dude had 6 touchdowns, dog, in a game. And he could have had 7 to make it worse. If they didn't take him out of that one game that was going to give him his 6th, potentially.
Made history.
If you were playing him in fantasy like I was, that shit sucked, dog. That really sucked. It hurt my heart watching that. I was like, wow, he got history. And I'm like, oh, wait, I'm playing him this week. So, shout out to whoever had him. But, records right now. What happened? My fault.
I don't know. Do the records. I
yeah.
want to do something before we go off.
Overall record, I'm 151, 87, and 1. Chris is, I'm 151, 87, and 1. Chris is 157, 81, and 1. And after your 9-7 week, Ethan, you're 155, 83, and 1. So you're in second, behind Chris by 2 games. And I'm behind y'all by like 4, 6 games. So, we'll see what happens.
Still not bad. We'll see it last week.
Yeah, we pretty much doubled over 500. So I guess we're like that.
Yeah, we definitely are with the picks.
So if you need to bet some money, you know where to go.
Exactly. I was going to say top 3 teams going to playoffs. What we got?
I got the Chiefs. I got the Bills. And I have the Packers.
That's tough. That's a tough matchup. I love all of them, honestly.
I think those are the best 3 teams, honestly, all around.
Honestly, yeah. After looking at the season, every game they played, I think, yeah, that's probably the best.
You're keeping that same 3?
Honestly, I was saying the same exact thing. I was going to put Steelers if it was 3 weeks ago, but not anymore.
Like I told you guys, y'all did not want to listen, and they almost lost again to the Colts. The Steelers are not like that.
They're looking like a first-round kickoff. That's it.
And people gonna make this argument, but they don't have their linebackers, yo. Shut up! I don't want to hear that. They got Minkah Fitzpatrick. They got a good defensive line. The linebacker position at this point is obsolete. You got mad good you have a great secondary, and then you got the great line. The linebackers at this point don't even matter. Like you got Williamson for the Jets, Avery Williamson. He was a starter. I don't want to hear nothing.
After 3 weeks, these past 3 weeks, I agree.
Yeah, I mean the only team that I have like right there borderline is the Saints, and even then I'm kind of like. Drew Brees can't throw more than 10 yards without it coming out like this. So
yeah, after Kamara having 6 touchdowns just to win, not feeling it.
I know teams ain't like the Vikings. They're not gonna sit there and be like, he has 3. Nah, we don't gotta stop him yet.
Yeah, no.
Even at 5, they were like, do you think we should try to stop the run? Nah, not yet.
We'll just stop the passing,
And then Tyson Hill, I think it was Tyson Hill that ran it in to make it all that much funnier. And I'm just like, then Alvin Kamara comes back and they're like, he could have had 6 on the last one. This could have been 7. Nah, let's not stop the run yet.
Insane. That game was insane.
Seahawks, I don't like the Seahawks at all. Like, their defense is basura. You stop DK Metcalf a little bit and stop Chris Carson a bit. Seahawks are going to struggle.
Interesting.
NFC East, I don't even know why the hell there's a team coming out the NFC East at this point. Titans, after what I just saw against the Packers, I don't know. And I don't know how I feel about them in crunch time either.
Agreed. I agree. Ryan Tannehill, no bueno.
But I had the Super Bowl coming down to the Chiefs and the Packers. And we're really going to get that clash of MVPs finally for the first time in a long time.
I would love to see that, just a shootout. Like the last year was defense, I want to see a shootout this year. I want to see a mean shootout.
That would not be bad at all, dog.
Right, Aaron Rodgers going at it, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill. What? Yeah, that sounds like a good Super
Aaron
Bowl.
Jones and Clyde, dog. Like that's you got the perfect storyline right there. What more do you want? If you don't like that Super Bowl, you don't like football. Go watch some soccer. I don't know, like
Start baseball earlier. You gotta just I don't know what to tell you.
they got cricket on ESPN Plus. I can give you the password of my account, and you can go watch some cricket. Because if you don't like that Super Bowl, you a herm.
I think golf is on soon, so I don't know at this point. Squash one of those.
Watch Tiger Woods' son go off.
There you go.
But Ethan, it is pleasure of talking to you, my boy. After a long week,
Yes, sir.
we will see how New Year's Day is looking for us. If we come onto this podcast, that's to be decided during the week.
Too much coquito. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know,
To be determined.
to be determined. If not, we'll be back next Tuesday for sure. We're definitely doing fantasy on Wednesday, and that'll be put out on Thursday. So you guys will see what went down in our Super Bowl, and we'll be talking about just the madness around the NFL as a whole.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. It's been a pleasure, Brody.
Of course. Peace.